Right, so George Moody out there running, has that increased your chance of getting the Leeds East constituency?
Well, George Moody has served our community for 40 years, firstly as a councillor and then as the leader of Leeds City Council, and then as our MP from 1992 to 2015. And George is immensely respected throughout East Leeds and throughout the city, and I'm proud to have George's support. George is a tough act to follow, but I believe that people who live in East Leeds not only respect George, but also they are fundamentally Labour people, and they know that Labour is the party that is on their side.
So with him being out the running, has that made it a lot easier for you, or how do you feel?
Well, George took the decision to retire. Everyone deserves a retirement, and he deserves retirement more than most because he served our community so diligently and has worked so hard for ordinary people in East Leeds and across Leeds. He decided to retire. We had a very competitive selection process to choose a candidate to take over from him, and I was really pleased to win the backing of the Labour Party members here in East Leeds.
Let's get a quick reaction from you for the exit polls with Conservatives being turned away from majority.
Well, I hope that's not true. The reason that I hope it's not true is because I want to save the NHS from privatisation. If we get a Conservative government, then they'll finish the process they've started of turning our NHS into an American-style healthcare system where they feel for your wallet before they feel for your pulse. So I think it's vital, in the interest of the NHS and in the interests of ordinary people, the length and breadth of Britain and here in East Leeds, that those exit polls aren't true.
Okay, how much competition do you think UKIP and the Greens pose to your seat?
I think that people in East Leeds, when I've been going round speaking to thousands of people at street stalls, door knocking, canvassing, on the telephone, at public meetings, I think people in East Leeds know that it's only a Labour government and only a Labour MP that will stand up for them and their interests. So I'm confident that Labour will win in East Leeds, and I believe from the campaigning we've done that we will win well in East Leeds. And I want to thank the people of East Leeds for that.
So how optimistic are you for a Labour government?
Well, I think it will be very close votes. I think every vote will count. I'm hopeful we'll have a Labour government, but I think it's because I believe we need Labour governments in order to abolish the bedroom tax, which affects 1,499 homes in East Leeds, in order to abolish exploitative zero-hour contracts, which have become more and more prevalent in East Leeds and across the country, in order to increase the minimum wage, in order to abolish employment tribunal fees, which have priced working class people out of access to justice, and in order to create a better society, a society running in the interests of the 99%, not the privileged 1% at the top. But we shall see at the end of the night or early in the morning what the actual result is.
What do you think the consequences of a Conservative government will be?
I think the consequences of a Conservative government will be more cuts, will be more privatisation, will be more ordinary people being made to pay the price for a crisis that they didn't cause, a crisis that the bankers caused. Because the banking crisis was caused by the bankers, the clue's in the name. The banking crisis was caused by the bankers. It wasn't caused by people here in Leeds who are unemployed. It wasn't caused by immigrants. It wasn't caused by people working in low-paid jobs. So I think the consequences of a Conservative government are bad for all of us.